came because they told me you might help me. Because I need to speak a word I never once dared to say. Not here, not to you, but to the one who earned it and never heard it from my mouth. I don't know where I got lost along the way, but I know the road is inside me, crooked, full of traps. Maybe I fell into every single one of them. No, don't pity me. That's not why I'm here. I'm just one more restless soul among many lined up for something they don't even know how to ask for. I'm not here to beg for a gate to heaven. The path's within me, and I'm still wandering, lost in this labyrinth I built. I came to ask on behalf of the woman who opened the gates of the world for me, the one who, against her will, allowed me to exist in flesh. I came to finally call her something I never had the strength to say. That's all. Can you help me do that? If not, I can leave. I'm not here for redemption. There's no space left in me for forgiveness. And maybe I don't even want it. It's hatred that feeds me. It's hatred that kept me upright in the hell I came from. Hatred for the man who harmed my mother and forced me into this world. Yes, I was born from an unspeakable act, the worst kind. Why didn't I step aside and let another soul take my place? I don't know. Maybe I trusted Lucille to free herself from the seed she never asked for. She tried. She failed. And so I grew. Lucille fed me with her body like you water a dying plant. There was no hatred in her eyes, only deep sorrow. When she looked at me, she searched for his face, the man she never even saw without a mask. Lucille wasn't cold all the way through. There was warmth in her tears, slipping down to mix with the milk I drank. There was warmth in her hands when she brushed Grandma's hair, when she held her withered fingers. But when she looked at me, her eyes weren't cold. They weren't warm. They were heavy with pain. My innocence couldn't understand it then. But every time she looked at me, she remembered the night she lost her dreams, her dignity, her voice. She closed her eyes, exhaled long and slow, resigned to a fate she never chose. I wonder what flashed through her mind when she looked at me. The masked man, the terror, Grandma's giggles from the couch, all stitched into a living nightmare. When Grandma Eloise died, she took with her the last laughter Lucille had, the playful shouts, the clumsy stories about cattle and fields, the silly songs that made Lucille shake her head and laugh. All of it, buried with her. At her burial, 2 thin trails of tears slid down my young face. Lucille, with the warm tips of her fingers, brushed them away, then wiped her hand on her old black dress. And that was it. But to me, it was everything. After that, We became two shadows sharing the same house. I had my room, hot meals, clean clothes. Lucille had her dusty old radio, her sad songs, and Grandma's worn-out rosary. But I also had failing kidneys and endless hospital stays. Lucille, she took part of that suffering for herself. Silent, steady, like a guide dog sitting by my bedside. She curled up on hard plastic chairs, wrapped herself in a blanket too small, and watched over my sleep, wordless, touchless, tearless. We made no noise for the world, but somehow, the world's noise found its way to us. Lucille did sewing for the neighbors, patching clothes, fixing hems. One day, a woman said more than she should have. She talked about my illness, about our silence, and about the violence that led to my unwanted birth. That day, my world shattered. The veil that covered her gaze, her behavior, it lifted. I saw it all. First came the shame, then guilt, then rage at the world, at myself. After that, I couldn't look her in the eye anymore. What was I to her? A burden? A weight she carried not out of love, but out of duty or guilt or religious beliefs. No, I didn't admire her more for it. I resented her for it. Lucille stepped even deeper into her quiet, and I threw myself into noise. I left without saying where I was going, stayed away for days, ran with the wrong people, fought authority, got arrested again and again. My teenage years were made of anger. Anger at myself, anger at the silence, anger at the truth. And Lucille, still silent, still steady, came to get me from the police, again and again. She washed my clothes, kept my room clean, kept her world turning, as if she could fix me with order and quiet. Grew into a man in the middle of a crooked life. In and out of jail, dodging bullets from rivals, living like smoke. Lucille stayed upright, though time began to weigh down her body. She didn't dye her hair, didn't fight the gray. Her back curved, her hands began to shake. When I was locked up, she visited me twice, maybe 3 times. She showed up silent and left the same way. But that last visit, she brought a cake. She had made it herself. She sat across the table, watching me eat with my head down. Then, her fingers touched my chin. Her voice, rough, tired, whispered, "Son." I froze. I didn't look up. I couldn't. If I had, she would have seen everything broken in me. She waited. One word, just one. But it stayed stuck in my throat, heavy, like stone. She pulled her hand away, tightened the strap of her purse, waited a little longer. Then she left. That night, Lucille left life behind, and I did the same. I don't know where she went. I don't feel her spirit. Maybe I never really tried. I wasn't worthy of Lucille, not born the way I was, not carrying the memory of that violence. We were tied by silence. Silence raised me. Silence buried us. But she broke it. Once. Because she knew there would be no more time. Is she here? I don't see her. I don't hear her. Maybe you can help me reach her. Yes, I know I'm heavy, closer to flesh than to spirit, still burning with anger and guilt. That's why I need you. Tell her I came to finish what she started. Tell her I came to finally say what I never could. I came to say, Mom, I don't know if it fixes anything. I don't know if it heals her or hurts her again. But it's all I have. It's the sound stuck in my throat for a whole lifetime. You gave me the world, Mom, even when you didn't want to. You gave me your milk, even through tears. You stayed when you could have run, and I gave you chaos. I gave you silence. I gave you pain. Still, you came to me. You touched my face. You called me son. You left life waiting for a word, and it came too late. But it came. Mom.